I'm so glad you're here. Today, I'm going to answer 8 common questions about keto. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Health Coach Tara, and today I'm going to answer 8 questions about the keto diet. Disclaimer: please know that I am not a medical professional. No content on this channel is intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. Consult with your physician before making any major dietary changes. Just in case you aren't familiar with the ketogenic diet, a keto diet is a low-carb, moderate protein, and high in fat diet. Its goal is to change the body's primary fuel source from sugar, glucose, to fat, ketones. To learn more about the keto diet, check out my video titled, "What is Keto?" that just popped up on the screen. Over here, not over here, up here. If you're new around here, take a moment to hit the red subscribe button under this video. This means you follow my channel and you want to be alerted when I post new video, and trust me, you do. So let's jump into the questions. How long does it take for our body to switch from using glucose to using ketones? For most of us, our body can store a 2 to 3 day supply of glycogen. On the 3rd day, most people will begin to move into ketosis. Now, for some people, this process takes up to 7 days. I happen to be one of those people. There's a lot more going on in your body during this transition period. Your body is learning how to utilize ketones for energy. It's learning how to build new enzymes for fat burning. But for your body to really get good at this conversion, you want to become fat adapted, which can take months and even years for some people with severe metabolic issues. Next question. What happens when you cheat on a keto diet? Well, every time you cheat on a keto diet and eat carbs, your body instantly switches back to burning glucose as its primary fuel source. So what does that mean to you? If you have to start over from the very beginning because you cheated on your keto diet because of a momentary lapse in judgment, would you still cheat? If you're anything like me, you're going to find that once you do the work to get into ketosis, you won't let some little temptation make you do that work all over again. The keto flu is no piece of cake, even once you learn how to avoid it for the most part. So what is the keto flu? The keto flu refers to the symptoms associated with your body learning how to adapt to your new diet. Symptoms can include fatigue, brain fog, headaches, body aches, lightheadedness, leg cramps, and just generally not feeling well, like you have the flu. So now you're probably wondering, how can I avoid or minimize symptoms of the keto flu? Well, the severity of the keto flu, and if you even experience it at all, depends on a number of factors. One factor is electrolyte balance. As the body's glycogen reserves are depleted, fluid and electrolytes are excreted from the cells. This is why you'll notice weight loss during your very first week. Count on most of this being water weight. Your body is shedding sodium and electrolytes as glycogen stores are burned up. Now, it's important to replace these electrolytes and make sure you're eating enough salt. Now, if you're like me and you just heard eat more salt, it can be a little bit alarming. We've been told for years about the dangers of too much salt. But just think for a moment. Think about the carbs we used to eat. These carbs have quite a bit of added salt to them already. Go read the labels on the things you eat on a daily basis. Take a look at the sodium content on that fast food meal that you had last week. Now compare this to our new keto diet. We're eating real, whole, unprocessed food that doesn't have salt already added to it. So it makes sense that we need to make sure our body gets enough salt to function properly. So the question is, how much salt is enough? Well, according to the art and science of low carbohydrate living, you want to add 1 to 2 grams of sodium to your daily intake. On days where you exercise, ensure that you get adequate sodium within an hour prior to exercise. After you've been on keto a week or two, your kidneys are going to start rapidly excreting salt into the urine instead of storing it. So you're going to notice a few things. You're going to notice an increase in urine output, and you're going to notice your weight dropping. And this is going to happen within the first few weeks of a ketogenic diet. Experts say that about half of the weight loss that occurs in the first week of ketosis is due to this release of stored water by your muscles as glycogen stores are depleted. So what's the best way to get this additional sodium? Many experts recommend drinking bouillon. They'll recommend bouillon cubes. Well, this isn't a bad strategy. Unless you're gonna make your own homemade bouillon, I don't actually agree with this. And I'm gonna tell you why. Take a look at the ingredients on any bouillon product, and you're gonna quickly see ingredients such as maltodextrin, which is made from corn, and even sugar in some of the products. Remember, a true keto diet should be 100% grain-free, and there's no place for corn in that diet. So a better option is drinking broth. You know, the broth you can buy in the jugs, or kind of avoid the cans. I tend to go towards the jugs, or make it yourself at home. But be careful when selecting a broth and make sure that you read the ingredient list, because sugar is hiding in there. So don't just read the nutrition facts. Look at the ingredient list. If you see sugar or maltodextrin, place it back on the shelf. So another option is to drink a few tablespoons of pickle juice to increase your sodium content each day. A lot of people really love this. Some people will even put it in those mini cupcake containers and freeze it, or the little like single serving ketchup containers and freeze it for the summer. So that's kind of a fun way to get extra salt. You can also just add salt to your food. Experts and myself recommend using a salt such as pink Himalayan salt or gray sea salt. I will link those in the description for you. The reason why is they contain essential minerals as well as the sodium. Finally, you can also use electrolyte formulas, which provide a few important minerals such as magnesium and potassium, in addition to some sodium. You can find my recipe for homemade electrolyte drink that I personally drink daily on my website, and I will add this link in the description section of the video as well. So take a peek at the recipe and make sure you get the ingredients ordered well before you're going to need them. So what are some of the side effects that you can avoid by ensuring an adequate sodium intake and drinking an electrolyte fluid? Well, this includes the keto flu, leg cramps, constipation, keto breath, heart palpitations caused by dehydration and lack of salt, and reduced physical performance. Another factor that will determine how you feel over the first few weeks of a keto diet is where you're starting from. A person who eats a lot of sugar and a very high carbohydrate diet is going to experience withdrawal symptoms from the sugar on top of the symptoms from the keto flu. If this describes you, it's best to use a phased approach. Omit all sugar from your diet for a few weeks, then omit gluten and grain from your diet. At this point, you're reducing your total carbohydrate intake. Finally, go full-blown keto. During these phases, make sure you keep learning about how to do keto correctly. It's really going to help out in the end. Will I have cravings on the ketogenic diet? Most of the cravings on the ketogenic diet happen during the first few weeks. Once your body becomes fat adapted, cravings will be greatly reduced. For me, the longer I remain in ketosis, the less and less cravings impact me. Some people are going to notice this decrease right away, and others it's going to take a month or two to see a drastic reduction in food cravings. Keep in mind that much of this revolves around our habits and what our mind is used to doing. So when you feel hunger or you feel cravings, stop and ask yourself, am I actually hungry? Or am I craving an emotional release? Or is it simply habit that's driving this craving? Take a moment and drink a glass of water and think about this. I found that most of my cravings were a stress response or based on habit. 80% of the time, my body was sending hunger cues just based on the habit of eating at specific times during the day. So how should you exercise on the keto diet? Maybe you noticed that your performance decreased, or maybe you've heard about that. The first few weeks of the keto diet, I do recommend that you exercise. Contrary to popular belief, research shows that exercise is not a weight loss tool. Exercise is a health tool. So I want you to stop exercising to lose weight. I want you to start exercising for the health benefits and to prevent the decline of muscle mass that naturally happens as we age. Exercise to become strong, capable, and to build a healthy, robust body. Now, if you're not currently following an exercise routine, this isn't the time to jump into any hardcore or extreme programs. If you are currently following a routine of any kind, it's a good time to reduce the intensity of exercise you normally do and explore something new. Embrace options like gentle yoga, Pilates, foam rolling, myofascial release techniques, and stretching. In the description below this video, you'll find links to my favorite YouTube channels where you can experiment with these different types of exercise from the comfort of your home for absolutely nothing. If I am an avid exerciser, bodybuilder, or endurance athlete, will keto impact my performance? During the first phase of keto, you're going to see some loss of power and endurance. Studies show that this is temporary as the body adapts to burning fat for fuel. If you are an athlete training for a marathon or event, it's inadvisable, so don't do this, to begin a keto diet for the first time within 4 weeks of the event. Instead, wait till after your event so that you can allow your body enough time to adapt. Every person is going to be different in the time it takes to recover performance. You'll know you're fat adapted once you can outperform yourself. You'll also notice that you can recover faster, you experience less soreness, and you have less exercise-induced inflammation going on in your body. For the first few weeks on a keto diet, the advice is the same. Decrease the intensity of your workouts and replace high-intensity exercise with functional fitness. Focus on flexibility, balance, and core training by utilizing activities such as Pilates, yoga, myofascial release, such as foam rolling, and stretching. This is a great time to work with a personal trainer or physical therapist to identify and correct any muscular imbalances you may have. A quick note on high-intensity exercise. Make sure you're following the electrolyte advice and using an electrolyte formula prior to and during high-intensity workouts. I recommend you pick up the book, The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Performance, which is linked below in the description. This book is a must-have resource for the fitness enthusiast, athlete, or for anyone wanting to understand performance on a ketogenic diet. On to the next question. I've heard that with keto, you can lose body fat and maintain or even increase muscle mass. Is this true? Yes, this is true. Becoming keto adapted will allow you to build muscle and burn fat at the same time. The average person can harness this keto superpower by performing strength training 2 to 3 times per week. For the bodybuilder, athlete, or fitness enthusiast, again, I recommend the book, The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Performance, which is linked in the description of this video. I really want to know what you thought about this video. I want to invite you to comment below with reflections, questions, or anything else you'd like to know about the ketogenic diet. If you liked this video, please take a moment and click the red subscribe button underneath this video. Did you do it? Waiting. Before you go, you're probably busy like me and need all the shortcuts you can get. Take just a moment to click the link in the description and sign up for email notifications when I post new videos. I'll also send you a monthly newsletter highlighting the content that I've posted each month. Please note that I'm not a medical professional. No content on this channel is intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. Always check with your medical doctor before making any dietary changes or embarking on a new fitness plan. Until next time.